Alright, we're going to be comparing the Holmes box fan versus the Lakewood 223. Figured I'd do this, and maybe a couple others, but this is probably going to be the first of the series. But yeah, we got two fans that look pretty much identical, and there's an interesting story behind why that is. But anyway, Robeson, who's the one who originally designed this fan back in probably the late 80s, early 90s. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, Robeson was pretty well known for copying other fan companies, such as Lakewood, Toastmaster, Lasco probably. But anyway, they usually made kind of cheaper alternatives to name brand box fans like Lakewood. And this was originally Robeson's third generation box fan, if you will. They had three different generations of their plastic bladed fans. I've only seen their plastic bladed fans. The first one was actually only branded under Kmart, and it was called the Cool One or something like that. It was all plastic, very similar to an even flow fan. I'm pretty sure that's where the original idea came from. But anyway, that was the first generation, which was a complete knockoff of Lakewood's first gen. The only difference was the blade hub was like a smooth hub like some of these third gens had. Not this one, but some of them. And then the second generation was another blatant copy of Lakewood with their second gen blades. Other than the hub was different. Everything else, well, blade wise, was identical. And then we get to this one. This one mostly kind of, it looks like a Lakewood, but it kind of has a Toastmaster style blade on it. And yeah, they brought this out, and at some point in the 90s, Robeson got bought by Holmes. I want to say probably around 93 or 4. Not sure exactly, but just seems like a decent frame of time for that. Because most of these Holmes fans never had the oval vent McMillans. They only had the skinny vents that I've seen. But anyway, Holmes bought out Robeson. They took over their box fan designs, and eventually they would make a few other different versions of this fan. Some of them had rotating grills. Some of them, well, eventually they would eliminate the handle and the knob on the top and put the knob on the front and the handle on the back. But and then some of these had the rotating front grill. But yeah, eventually, I think by 2000 or 2001, they were eventually phased out. But anyway, there's that one. The third gen Lakewood's pretty common fan. Most people know about these. This specific one probably came out in the early 90s with the rounded third gen blades. This one here's a 96 model, and so is this. So, I mean, direct competitors at the time, believe it or don't. But yeah, this is more or less the third gen blade. Some people like to call it the fourth gen. I rather say it's like a third gen 2.0, if you will. It's not quite a fourth generation, and it's not quite a third generation. I don't know, but I still consider it a third generation, and I still consider it a Lakewood 223 because that's what's stamped on the bottom, and that's what they're pretty much known for. But this would be a Lakewood 223i because it's in the ice gray cabinet with, the gray and white speed sticker. I mean, you can, at first glance, you would not be able to tell the difference really, other than maybe the color. Lakewood had a darker gray, Holmes was more of a white color. And the speed sticker and the knobs are different on the Holmes compared to the Lakewood one. Handle is pretty much identical, and it always was, at least on these older ones. Now they both use McMillan motors. Both of them use the skinny vent McMillan motors. I'm going to bring this lamp down here. Maybe we'll be able to see them better. There we go, that's better. But anyway, yeah, they both use McMillan motors. Yeah. It's probably the most high quality part on this Holmes fan. The rest of it's kind of not that great, honestly. But it is a good air mover, so I'll give it that. And the motor's a good quality motor, so yeah. And some of these McMillans, I don't know if you'll be able to see on here. Probably not. Yeah, they have a date on it right there. 96. So if the sticker is missing off the top, like the one over there is, because this has the date on it, April 96, you can read the little stamp on the end of the shaft that says the year on it. But yeah, there's a little tidbit for you. But yeah, the overall build quality of this thing is rather cheap. The steel quality is very flimsy. It definitely doesn't compare to this. This is actually pretty sturdy fan. This, yeah, not very sturdy. Lakewood was still building pretty solid fans at this point. And this one also has the date on the motor. Right there. Not as easy to read that one. But it says 96. And this one is missing this sticker on the top. And for some reason the blades are lettered A, B, C. Yeah, I don't know. But they both use a pretty decent quality McMillan motor. I've heard these are kind of iffy motors, but I've never really had many problems with them. I think I've had one burn up on me over the years. But usually if you keep them well maintained, they last pretty much forever. They both are a thick cabinet fan, as you can see. And yes, I kept that sticker on there just because it's like a period correct sticker from 1999. I don't know, I thought it was kind of neat. But the stand holes are kind of different. This one's got round holes. Lakewood has square, which most companies use the square. Not sure why Robeson Holmes use the round ones. I thought that was kind of weird on these. But I digress. Let me pause this and we'll get this set up. Alright, start him up on low. Now I will say The air movement on these fans is pretty similar. The Holmes is a little bit louder, but not by much. But the overall air movement is about the same on these fans, which really was surprising. It's kind of relaxing. But anyway, we'll go up to medium. Again, on medium, it's pretty much identical. Not a huge difference in the speeds on the two fans, because I mean they use the same motor, almost identical blades, so yeah. The only major difference is Holmes never could balance a blade worth of crap on their box fans, so they're always shaky. Lakewood not so much, but other than that, and the fact that that does that, there's high. Holmes has a lot of rattling. But other than that, the air movement's pretty much the same. And we'll shut them down. Off. But yeah, surprisingly, performance on the two fans is pretty similar. But honestly, if I had to pick one of the two to get, I'd probably go with the Lakewood, just because it's a lot more well built compared to the Holmes fan. I do like the Holmes fan, actually, you know. It's kind of a childhood fan. Used to see those a lot when I was a kid. Same with the Lakewoods. Both these fans were pretty common when I was a kid. Same with the Lascos and the Toastmasters. They were all pretty common when I was a kid. Now, don't see them much anymore. I mean, usually when you do, they're pretty beat up, so. But yeah, there you go. There's a long-winded video on two box fans. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.